Howdy, cowboys and cowgirls. You know who this is. This is humble servant Jay Mack. And thank you for joining me in the Fassst Lane. We're going to have, even though Minister Ewing is the major teacher that I'm going to give you a link to, there's another gentleman named Prophet Joshua. I want to let you know now, Prophet Joshua plays rough. Now, Minister Ewing, when I came across him, used to do return to sender. Now, Minister Ewing came back and said prayers sending back to sender is wrong. So he apologized because he thought he was doing the right thing because that's what he was taught. He said, Mr. Ewing said not to do prayers sending back to sender. What you focus on is getting you right, and let what happens, happens. That's between God and those people. Now, I said that to say this. Prophet Joshua does not care. Prophet Joshua sends the evil back that you sent to people, and he admonishes you to die by fire. I love that. He admonishes you to fall down and die. Now, me, a year ago, I was with Minister Joshua. Call along hellfire and eternal damnation down on the people who went to the Witch of Endor and the Witch of Endor. May the wrath of God fall on them and obliterate them. But now, Minister Ewing made a good point on why not to do that. Because he says, unbiblical. That it is God's place for vengeance. My job is to make sure I'm straight. What happens to them, that's between them and God. So I said that to say this. Minister Ewing says one thing, Minister Joshua says another. Me, a year ago, I agree with Minister Joshua. Call on eternal hellfire and damnation down on them. But Minister Ewing, he made a good point, a good argument. I don't call eternal hellfire and damnation on the people that sacrifice me, nor the witches of Endor that they went to. Oh, I call the witch of Endor. I'm not going to name all the practices of witchcraft, like witchcraft, black magic, all the different what you call what entities that you go to do evil by someone. I don't have time to name all of that. I just call it the Witch of Endor. Now, I agree with Prophet Joshua, but I've matured and I understand what Minister Ewing is saying. Hey, focus on you people. Focus on you. Get you right. But those people have come into them, let them catch it. You don't pray for their destruction because you're basically doing the same thing they're doing. So I pray for their children and grandchildren. In fact, that's what I do. The people that sacrifice me, who think they didn't sacrifice me, think I don't know what's going on, I don't pray for them. I pray for their children and grandchildren so that what was expected to fall on me don't fall on them, because no one deserves that. So I ain't telling you pray for the people who do you wrong. I'm no man of God, but I can behave myself since I associate myself with the Minister Ewing. I don't care what happens to the people who did me wrong or the Witch of Endor they went to make it happen. I don't care. And children are innocent, just like me. I was innocent. Now, I'm a big fan of Minister Prophet Joshua, because the people who sold me out were grinning and skinning in my face, and to add insult to injury, to salt the one, they would come around to find out how I'm doing. I was a big fan of Minister Prophet Joshua. Eternal hellfire and damnation, with the wrath of God fall down on you from heaven and obliterate you, evaporate you, vaporize you, eviscerate you. But I focus in on getting me right. I don't care what happened to no one else. So I just want you, when you watch Prophet Joshua, just want to make that disclaimer, because I will introduce you to that man and he's saying the opposite of what Minister Ewing is saying. For me, I could hold 4, 5, 6, 7 different views in my head on the same thing, and take from one and take from the other. It doesn't affect me. But since I'm giving you 2 different opposing views, I'm responsible. So that's why I'm doing this video, to make a disclaimer. Alright, we all growing here. But if for the first year you want the wrath of heaven to fall down on these people, I understand. I say shoot them in the back. Spiritually, not in real life. There's no point going to jail over these people. They're not worth it. But once a year in, believe me, those people, the witches of Endor, there'll be nothing. There'll be cockroaches. Alright, thank you very much. And don't forget, join the movement, be a living legend. The link is in the description. Thank you very much. Goodbye, and thank you for joining me in the Fassst Lane.